Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Let's Play Celeste. Be proud of your death count. The more you die, the more you're learning. Keep going. This is one of my favorite postcards, and it's one of the most emblematic of the game's whole ethos, about encouraging you and wanting you to learn through your failures rather than to become frustrated by them. I think the game is full of moments like that. Either written on postcards or more subtly engineered into the Ludo narrative of the game. Oh wait, we can't climb up this way. So, today we're gonna stop at the Celestial Resort, which is right on our path up the mountain. We'll also be meeting my and everyone else's favorite character today. I think a lot of people love Theo, everybody loves Madeline. I think this one we're going to be introduced to is just a cut above. Whoops. First we have to go out of our way to get this key before we can even get inside the resort. It's weird. There's no one here at the front desk. We have to ring for service. There appears to be an old and dusty guest book. Many of the pages are damaged or missing, but the comments are glowing. We'll never forget our time here. I've never felt more at peace. Thank you. So it seems like a pretty nice place. And that's a ghost! Or so it would seem. Welcome, may I help you? Are you a ghost? A ghost, don't be silly. As he floats like a ghost, he's the concierge. Welcome to the world-renowned Celestial Resort Hotel. Mr. Oshiro at your service. 2 guests in 1 day, business is finally picking up. How long will you be staying with us? I'm just passing through, I'm climbing the mountain. Do you have a back exit? A back exit? Just passing through, this'll not do. You know I can still hear you, right? In any case, our rear service door is reserved for hotel staff only. However, our top floor presidential suite features a world-class view of the peak. Yeah, she'll be quite comfortable up there. Maybe I could get on the roof from there and climb down the back? Presidential suite. Marvelous idea, Oshiro. What's your name for our records? She is Madeline. But again, I'm really not interested in staying. Right this way, Miss Madeline. Hey, Miss Madeline. So the hotel is in disrepair. It's pretty messy and it's cluttered with all sorts of things that are not where they should be. Plus, there's all that slime. Myriad slimes. So before we can go down there, we have to go all the way around and get this key. And that's the wrong way to go about starting that. This level is heavily cycle-based. Between all of the slimes and sludges and some other effects that are cyclical, which we'll be coming up on. Also, there's this new mechanic. You see these cilia jutting out of the walls? Those red cilia poking out, when you touch them, they grow fungus. Much like all the other red outline sludge all over the place, and it's obviously a one-hit kill, so if you touch one of those spots, you can't backtrack to it or touch it in any way again before transitioning to a new screen. And Madeline's questioning whether or not this place is actually open for business. It would never close during prime tourism season, though. Rough shape, what did she mean by that? Oh, please, allow me to carry your luggage. No thanks, I'll keep my bag. Very well. What a peculiar guest. He is crushingly insecure about how this is going. I always love those mid-air dash resets with the diamonds. Any opportunity to dash more just feels great. Should we get that flying strawberry? This one's not too hard to get through without dashing. In fact, it's pretty easy. I just happened to be dashing when I entered the room. And another locked door, which means we have to find another key. This one appears to be in like a washroom or something. There are even some busted out windows here. I don't think I noticed that element on my previous playthroughs, that the windows are all busted out. Not all of them, just a handful. Guess that explains why it's easy to miss. Oh, there's another one though. And in the spots with broken windows, you can actually hear the wind more loudly. That's cool. To get, I guess I'll save the top middle one for last. Even though you can really do these in any order, sometimes it's easier to do it in a certain order than others. We're gonna have to reset with this diamond and then thread the needle. And we can do the same thing as before. Up, left, and down. Of course, it's the first thing I do. And the second. Just more cycles to make it through. It's a lot of clinging and waiting for cycles. Or if you know the game insanely well, you just wave dash through everything like it's nothing. Speedruns for Celeste are ridiculous. You can do way more than you would ever expect given how simple the mechanics are. Just because of how thorough the developers were with implementing momentum, and how momentum is treated and carried on through your jumps. And the fact that you can wave dash. Those two things together mean you can clear pretty much any screen, assuming there are no obstructions, in like a second. And then, even when there are obstructions, if you are precise enough and you have a mastery of, like, the mechanical element of this, you could still clear through most of this really fast, and it's a beauty to watch. I hope they're doing another AGDQ run of this year, because holy shit, it's a marvel. It's something to behold. So, when did this out-of-control clutter happen? It's all just different books and bedrolls and linens and things. Mr. Oshiro, do you run this place by yourself? You're right, Miss Madeline. I'll never sort this mess out alone. And he just becomes despondent and hopeless. Just breathe, Mr. Oshiro. Breathe. It's just a little spring cleaning. Well, more than a little, but I can help. What a good person Madeline is. And Oshiro is still just despondent, thinks he's losing the customer. We've already learned that Madeline herself has some self-esteem issues. She has some issues with self-image. And as of last episode, we know she has a history of panic attacks. Mr. Oshiro similarly seems to have a few issues of his own, and it looks like he is terrified of failure and of rejection to an extent. He beats himself up pretty thoroughly over perceived failings in his life's calling of managing this hotel. Cool, I sometimes mess those cycles up. And I did mess having my controller plugged in up. Weird. Parts with the cilia and the fungus are unforgiving by nature, but they're usually not that hard, so it's okay. Plus, as you've seen a bunch by now, failing is not all that harsh in Celeste. It's much like Super Meat Boy in that you respawn almost instantaneously, and the screens tend to be very, very short. to the point where you can brute force a lot of them. Given it enough time anyway. Oh, so he feels a renewed lightness of spirit and attributes it to the power of positive thinking. Really, it was Madeline clearing out some of the clutter. Please relax and let the hotel staff handle it. Oshiro, you fool, you're losing her. Guests don't want to spend their time cleaning. Aw, poor Mr. Oshiro. This is the finest hotel you'll ever see. How could I let my problems pile up like this? God, I relate to Mr. Oshiro. We're gonna come here before we take the downwards path, just because this is a dead end that happens to have something cool in it. Well, it's not a complete dead end. We will be back in this room. But now we can find... Attention hotel staff. It's my sad duty to inform you that the Celestial Resort Hotel will close indefinitely following the season due to circumstances beyond our control. It was an honor to have served alongside you all as we work tirelessly to make sure that our guests enjoy the most hospitable and memorable experience possible. I write this with a heavy heart. The hotel has become my home, its staff and patrons, my family. I'll miss you all dearly, Mr. Oshiro. So between that and the haunting music, the implication seems to be that Mr. Oshiro is a spirit who cannot move on. And the reason he can't move on and the hotel's closing seem to be intertwined. Oh, I know I can make this cycle. Skip right over that. And then we just fall. Then just a couple more. This one's not too hard, and then we just have to time falling right. Oh no! My will be done. All of these look super tight, which is what makes this screen even slightly fun. Because it always just looks like you're about a hair's breadth from failure every single time you do something right. And then every time you do something wrong, you were in fact just that hair's breadth over. Oh shit. I didn't even have to use all the diamonds there. You're intended to do that just so you can keep yourself in midair since you have nothing to cling to, but you don't have to do it that way. Oh, I don't even actually have to come over here. Oops, I messed that up. You can stick pretty much entirely to the right side, since we're going up on the top right anyway. And we have no need of this strawberry, right? Yeah. No need for any strawberry, really. That's another. Things are getting put back in their proper place. So that's just one in the layer, the strata of junk that was cluttering up the place. So we're 2 out of 3 on that now. It's really just all of these purple and white, looks like bedspreads or something. Can you show me the exit now? It's looking a lot nicer. But Miss Madeline, you barely enjoyed the myriad luxuries our hotel has to offer. We can talk more once I finish cleaning. I mean, once Madeline finishes. Yeah, young people have no respect these days. You're welcome. So that's the last one. This one right here. Okay, we just diagonal dash, and then, hey, it's Theo. Must be the other guest that Mr. Oshiro was referring to. I'm all about spooky mysteries, but this is getting too real. Have you talked to Mr. Oshiro? I think he could really use some help. You think? He's a creepy old weirdo. Aw. Base clean out a nook to hide our bodies as we speak. I'm gonna crawl through this vent. It's blowing cold air from the outside. Come on. Mr. Oshiro's troubled, but I don't think he wants to hurt us. He just needs to clean up this mess. I want to help him. Yeah, that's the right attitude. It's very sweet, but this is dangerous, says Theo. Yeah, we need to call an expert on creepy old dudes. We aren't prepared for this. Like, no mention that he's clearly a ghost. You're more stubborn than my sister? I thought that was impossible. This game uses a few different art styles, and they're all lovely. Like, there's the post-chapter art, and that's the same as the art they use for the portraits, and that's so cute and expressive. But then the pixel art is just fabulously fluid, too. Like, the way each little part moves and the fact that the silhouettes are so expressive, I just love everything about the art. This one always trips me up. So we dash left here. That was a little tight. We're gonna wait and up. Just a few of those look pretty tight. And we dash to the right, cling to the wall. We have a really tight timing window here. And this is another one where the fall is harder than it looks to line up. Right. Kind of want to hit that just as that rightmost slime ball is on its up cycle, or just starting it. And this is the last one. Now everything is back in its proper place. And we loop around to this room. Hey, I told you we'd be back here. And we can navigate this room more easily and freely. Plus, we can get the key that was at the center of the room that opens up the top left corner. There you are. You certainly have a knack for wandering off. It was tough, but I sorted everything out for you. The Celestial Resort Hotel extends its gratitude for your assistance, Miss Madeline. Of course, the staff had the mess under control. Oh, sure, yeah. How humiliating. Anyway, you must be eager to see the suite. So he's gonna lead us to the elevator to the presidential suite. Sounds lovely. Now's your last chance, Oshiro. Don't lose her now. So the elevator looks super busted, and this climb reminds me of the climb up to Sigma in X1. It'll be fine. Speaking of fine, please leave an offering to the mighty algorithm with a like, a comment, and a subscribe. And thank you all for watching. Take it easy. Have a good one, y'all.